Good evening, everybody. It's Blake and Angie Warrington. How you guys all doing tonight? Can you say hi?
Hi.
Just wanted, yeah, I didn't make him up. He's really here. Anyway, we want to thank you guys for jumping on tonight. We know evenings are family time, and we're hitting right around dinner time and everything, so we'll get right to it. But we want to say thank you to everybody who has been contributing to the Team Facebook page. We're just really want to make that a place where you guys can get information, ask questions, and start doing a little bit more recognition there on that page too. So thank you for your post. We really appreciate that, and invite more of your team to that so we can really link arms as a family. Blake, anything else you want to add?
No, we just appreciate you guys all hopping on there, and we're going to grow that thing. We've got a new business opportunity presentation that we're finishing up here, and we'll get that out to everybody and record it, and we're going to have playing that several times a day so you can get more people to see that as well. So that'll be looking for that this week. But tonight we have our special guest again, Michelle DeMarco, who's been working very hard and diligent and putting this two systems together, really. One for kind of helping to automate the coach side of the business for you guys and us, and one to automate the customers for you to help kind of turn them in from coaches or from customers into coaches along the path of their 30 days. So she's been writing the content. We've got a lot of videos put in there. The nice thing is this thing's going to be completely duplicatable for you guys. So with that, I'm going to hand the screen over to Michelle.
Oh, and Michelle wanted me to remind everybody, if you have questions, you can post them in the GoToWebinar box, but we can also answer questions on the Team Facebook page as well. So while Michelle's talking, I'll be monitoring the Facebook page, and Blake and Michelle will monitor the GoToWebinar chat box, okay?
Awesome. Okay, can you guys see my screen?
Yep.
I have our team, so just to bring it up, we have our team Facebook page right here. Earlier I posted this how to build a list PDF. This is really a soup to nuts how to set up your Aweber account, and I posted the link for Aweber. So you're going to want to come in here, you're going to want to use this link, and then go through this list building. It's just going to walk you through exactly how to set up a list, because that's going to be your basis for implementing what I'm now going to show you. So one of the things that has been really cool for developing this whole process is that it really came about because, as a coach, I was plugging along. I don't know if some of you probably don't even know my story, but basically I came into Beachbody because I was sitting on the couch on a Sunday morning and eating ice cream, believe it or not. I was like the quintessential potential, customer. I was miserable. I had just gone through a divorce, and I'm sitting on the couch, and lo and behold, Tony Horton just mesmerized me, and I was transfixed for half an hour straight, and I just basically how fast can I dial that number? And I became a coach lead, or a customer lead. And so P90X was my first program. I went in, and before the end of the week, I found out that Beachbody was a network marketing company. I had been in network marketing my whole adult life, and so I was in. I was like, this is it. And I was very excited because unlike any other company out there, Beachbody really has the most amazing mission and the most amazing products, because we're really making a difference in people's lives. We're changing how long they can even live because they're going and becoming more healthy and changing their diets and exercise habits, right? So it was just one of those things that just was a perfect match for me. And after about a year, I had already reached Emerald, I had already reached Diamond. I was getting the Shakeology leads, I was getting the customer leads, and I had a nice little list going in the back office. And I thought, I was really frustrated because I was having a hard time reaching everybody. I was having a hard time having time for everybody. So I would be on the phone, say with a customer, with a new customer for like an hour. Well, that would be an hour less that I'd have time to spend with training a coach. Or I'd be on the phone with a new coach and I'd spend way too long on the phone, and then I wouldn't have time for my customers. So I was feeling a little frustrated that I wasn't being the best coach and the best trainer that I could be. And so that's really what led me to, it was kind of a brainstorm on the way home from Summit. Me and my team were driving back, and I'm like, you know, it would be a really good idea. And I said, I think if we develop this autoresponder where we're sending out an email every single day to our customers, this originally started for customers, that it would be a way for me to feel like I'm there, I'm reaching them. And so I developed this whole 30-day program. And, you know, I'm going to tell you the way I did it. I'm going to go into my email here. I'm going to show you really quickly. Blake, there you are. So what I did was, originally when I created this program, this is an example of the coaching program, but I did an email, which this link would then lead to a video, because I also wanted to use video in my 30-day program, because I want you to realize you're not going to be expected to do this, but for me and teaching you some marketing, video is a great way to get your face in front of a customer and to build rapport. So then over time, I started seeing a huge increase in my retail sales, because during the 30-day program, and this is what we're going to give you, during the 30-day program, there are little tiny upsells. So it's a lot of value. It's a lot of talking about what to expect and how things are going, a lot of encouragement. But every so often, there's another discussion about a product. So for example, on day 4, the message is, hey, you're probably feeling really sore right now, especially if they're doing one of those very hard programs like the Beast or P90X or Insanity. They're probably dying right now, right? So, you know, that's a great opportunity around day 4, day 5 to go into your customer and say, hey, you may want to check out the results and recovery formula. And so it was an opportunity for me to introduce the products to all of my customers, not just the ones I talked to, not just the ones that were getting involved with the Team Beachbody website. It was a way for me to reach everyone. And I noticed that slowly but surely, I was getting more and more people to engage in more of our fantastic products, get on Shakeology, and then at the very end of the 30-day program, they're introduced to the business. And I was seeing more and more people effortlessly joining the business. And that was what was really cool, was that I didn't really do anything. I put this whole thing on autopilot, and it was like I was having people reaching out to me. And so all of a sudden, I felt like I was being a good coach. I felt like they were getting all the information they really needed, plus they were being exposed to products they may not even have realized we had. You know what I mean? And yeah, they do the results and recovery formula after, you know, the P90X workouts and all that, but there's a whole lot of products that they don't even know we have sometimes. And a really good example of this is, for me, one of my favorite products that Beachbody makes is the Herbal Immune System and Cordastra, because I have terrible allergies. Right now, it's like, you can ask Angie. She was like, are you okay? Because I wake up and my head's about to explode. But I take the Cordastra and I take the Herbal Immune, and it's like I have all the effects of Benadryl without feeling like I've been doped up. And so a lot of people don't even realize we have these fantastic products that aren't even like our signature products. So it's a fantastic way to get more things in front of customers to help them realize what we have. And so you're really going to be adding a lot more value. So here's what we're going to give you. Let me just show you. We're going to give you a 30-day series that is going to be, once you get your now you don't have to use Aweber, okay? I'm going to, full disclosure, it's $19.95 a month until you go above 500 subscribers. But let me just tell you that Aweber has the highest deliverability of any of the autoresponder systems out there. Okay, so if you want your emails to get through to your customers and not go into the spam folder, for the $19.95, it's really worth it, and you get a lot of functionality. So once you sign up for Aweber, this is the beauty of another beauty of using Aweber, and I love this, is that you're going to be able to come, you create your first list, and which is all in that training I pointed out on our team site here, okay? Right here, that's going to be all in there because I didn't want to take up a whole lot of time on our webinar tonight when I know you could just go through this. So once you have your first list developed, okay, you just come over to messages and follow-up, and then you just basically scroll to the bottom. You're not going to have anything here yet. And so you're basically going to be able to come in here and put in the campaign codes that we're going to give you. Once you do that, let me just come over here and grab the campaign code. I'm sorry. I should have had that. This isn't it. Here it is. Okay, so this is coaches. Okay, so we're going to give you this code, so you don't need to worry about writing it down. Once you come in here and you hit load campaign, which is what I've shown you a little bit about last week, all the emails that we have written for you is going to just automatically populate into here. Now the thing that's going to be really important for you to know is that just because we're giving you a ton of content, but you still need to come in here into each email and personalize it, because right now it's personalized for Blake and Angie. Okay, so every single email is going to say, from Blake and Angie. So you're going to want, and it's going to have their links to their blog. So what you will want to do is you're going to want to start with this and then just simply go into each email. Okay, they should be loaded now.
Does that have Aweber, does they have a find and replace or anything, or do they have to do each email one at a time?
That's going to be phase 2, Blake, where we're going to have some global macros where they will be able to put in their name, for example, and then but there really is no way to do a find and replace that I know of. I mean, there might be, and I'm not aware of it, but as far as I know, I don't know of any way that you can do a find and replace for all. Okay, so here you see it just loaded. Takes a little bit. Okay, so boom, now you have, look at this, all these emails ready to go. And all you're going to do is you're going to come in here and go into each email, and yes, it takes a little time, but it's far better than having to come up with all this stuff on your own, especially initially. You're just going to come in here and you're just going to come and swap out the names. Now, you could potentially, so I would say Michelle, right? You could potentially leave the link to go to Blake and Angie's website for now, just because, if you don't necessarily have the time to engage in doing your own blog and things like that. But I highly recommend, that's going to be a whole nother training, but I highly recommend that you also engage with a blog and then you're going to go into your blog, we're going to give you the blog content, and you'll be able to replace this link, okay? So it's going to be it's a little bit of work on your end, but it's going to be well worth it because you're going to be so much more effective as a coach and as a trainer for your team. So this...
Michelle, tell them what this is actually doing, or the purpose of driving them, instead of putting all the content in the email, and the purpose of driving them to the blog, in case they don't know.
Right. Okay. So that's going to be my next little portion here. Is I'm going to also show you what we've set up for you on the blogging end. Okay. So why do you want to have a blog? Team Beachbody gives you this beautiful website. They give you your Visa and MasterCard processing, all that stuff. There's so many pieces to that puzzle that you don't even need to worry about. But the reality is, how do you find that person in Massachusetts, that is looking for P90X, and they're never going to find your replicated site by doing a search. They go to Google and they go, how do I buy P90X? They are never ever going to find your replicated site because there's already so much publicity. But they may find your site if you have your own blog and you know how to market properly, which is what we're going to teach you how to do. So we've also created all the content for blogging, okay? And I have an example. I'm just going to show you basically how simple this is going to be. So this is a sample blog that I have that I'm going to teach you how to import the content that we have created for you. You're basically just, they have here in the dashboard, tools, import. Watch how simple this is. And then the other thing I am going to talk about is that there's a second piece that you can also add video. So video, anybody that knows anything about YouTube, you may know that Google owns YouTube. So the more videos you're doing, the more traffic you're going to get to your website as well. So this is how simple it is to import our system here. We're going to send you this file, okay? All you're going to do is upload file and import. And I'm sorry, it's just taking a little while. It's a lot of content. And then you're going to just get immediately over 55 pages of content that are going to import into your WordPress. And then I'm going to show you how you can go into each page and personalize it for yourself. Because again, we don't want duplicate content, but what we're doing is we're providing you with just a really great outline of a whole entire system that you're going to be able to personalize, add your own flair, and build your own rapport with your customers and coaches. So hopefully this will load in a second. Okay, here's what we're going to do while we're waiting for that. Right now, everyone on this call, please go to committostayfit.com/blog/join-now. This is going to be how you get both systems. You're going to come in here, you're going to enter your name and email, the best email for you to receive all the information, and anyone that enters their name and email here are going to receive the 30-day system, the Fitness Jumpstart. They're going to receive the 21-day coach training, and they're going to receive all the blog information and content. Okay, and it's going to be a very explicit step-by-step training, a walkthrough of how exactly what you need to do to load this. And it ends up being really just, it's going to be time-consuming, but to do it all yourself would have taken, it took me over a year to develop this, you guys. Okay, so you're saving yourselves a lot of trouble here. And let me just show you a couple of examples of the coach training, right? So we have, these are all the coach training emails. Here we have social media training. We have how to follow up. These are for all your new coaches. You're teaching them all the skills they need, how to start a Facebook challenge group, how to do an online home party, how to do a shake and share, okay? This is really gold here, people, and it would take you a year of sitting down with each coach to go through all this with your coaches. So it's all done for you. So it's going to be really exciting, and let's see if we can go back if the blog uploaded. Let's see. I want you to see what happens here once it goes. Didn't do it yet. Sorry, you guys. It's always in the live trainings, right? That goes slow. But so that's really it. And so I'm keeping track of questions that are coming up in the Facebook group. Please tell me, I don't see any questions here.
Michelle, you just disappeared.
Do you guys have any, do you see any questions on the Facebook group, Angie? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I had you on mute. I had me on mute. Sorry. No, nothing. Just mostly about doing maybe a little bit of training on the video part of it, but that was it.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna. Oh, and that is something I definitely want to cover actually. So I'm glad
a great person
that.
to train with you would be Carla Reese. She's like you. She's another phenomenal videographer. Yeah, but here's what's, and I hope this uploads now because basically what I really wanted to impress on you, here we go. Okay, so now all you're going to do is we're just going to, you just tell WordPress what the name, who you're signing those posts to, and basically you're going to say whatever your username is for your WordPress blog, okay? So if your name is Mary Smith,
you're just going to select Mary Smith. You want to assign all these blogs that you're importing into your name, okay? So then you're going to become the author of those. Okay, don't just ignore that because I had to use a different file. Okay, so let me just show you this now.
Oh, I did get one question, Michelle, that's relevant to where you're at right now.
Okay.
Lisa's asking, I'm trying to see the form. Does it pre-sign you in with Facebook?
You can use it with Facebook, yes, to make it easier. Does that make sense?
I'll ask her.
Okay. Okay, so let me just show you. I'm just going through, figure out, okay. I'm just going to show you this one page here. So this is, when I first did my program, I did it with video, okay? So every single day, my customers would get an email with a link to my blog, and inserted in the blog was a video. So when I wanted to make this duplicatable, obviously I can't do a video for you, but what I did do was I transcribed my videos. So every single day in the 30-day fitness jumpstart is a transcription of the video. And all you need to do, if you want to make your own videos, is come in here and use this as a script. So it's not only, you know, if you don't want to do videos, you just leave it as is. You use the copy, okay? If you want to make it really snazzy and add your personality, which I recommend you do, you can go in, use your iPhone, use your smartphone, and make a video and just use this as your script. You don't have to do it word for word. You know, add your flair to it. If you don't even like the topic of the day, you can swap that out. But it's just meant to be a very easy way for you to be able to reach out to people without putting in all the energy and time that it took me to develop the copy, okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and do you want me to kind of pepper you with questions as they pop in, or should we just do it towards the end?
I'm pretty much done showing what we're, the whole functionality of what we're giving, but what I do, I definitely, so you can start, you know, sending me questions, but one last thing I want to show people real quick is a free tool that is amazing, okay?
Oh,
so
this is my new favorite tool.
Yeah. This, if you want to do, especially for your coach training, let's say on one of the, you know, one or any of you want to duplicate the videos we've made for the coach training, you want to have your own face on them instead of Angie's or mine or Blake's or whoever has done the training, you can actually use Screencast-O-Matic. It will share your screen and show your picture, and it's a free tool. It is amazing. And if you want to upgrade and not have like the Screencast logo on the recording, which is not a big deal, it's only like $20 for the whole year. So, and it uploads right to YouTube. It changes to MP4. I mean, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So please. Yeah,
Michelle just showed me one time how to do it, and I've made several videos since she showed me how to use it. It's pretty
good. So,
hey, Michelle, do you want to show them like when they get a new customer, or a coach, where they would put them in so they would start receiving their first series, of, you know, to get into the autoresponder?
Sure. When you have, okay, now you can do this. You can do this one of two ways. Okay, so like, I'm sorry, I'm on the leave page. For the list you create, okay, so this is the list I created for the new coach training, okay? You can come into subscribers and just click add. So let's say, you know, Mary Smith just joined my team. I can come in here, just type Mary Smith and her email, and I let her know, okay, Mary, I just enrolled you in my training, and please make sure that you watch for the email so that you opt, because Aweber is a double opt-in, meaning they have to put their name and email and then confirm that they did that. So they will receive an email saying, did you really sign up for this? And so you want to make sure that they will say, yes, I did. Now, on the customer angle, it's a little bit more tricky because there are certain emails that we obviously can't get to because they're restricted, or sometimes we just don't have the ability to. It's not a good idea to ever take a customer and load them unless they're aware of it. okay? So what I did now this is just me, I'm not telling you to do this, but what I did is I came up with an offer, okay, like a free menu planner, or on one of my things I did a free t-shirt, I did free Shakeology, whatever you want to do depending on how much money you have for marketing. I'm not saying to do it, I'm just saying, worst case scenario, send them like a week's menu, free week's menu if you sign up for this 30-day jumpstart. And I sent it through the back office, and that was how I got all my opt-ins, to make sure I didn't violate any rules, that I didn't upset anybody, that they got emails when they weren't expecting it. So you do have to coax your customers to come out of the back office, but if your offer is good enough, you're going to get a good number of them. And then once you do that initial grouping, stay on top of it. Every time you get a new customer, just immediately write to them through the back office and say, hey, I have a free 30-day program that's going to help you, and they'll get right in. So you'll stay totally on top of it after that. Okay, so that's pretty much what I would recommend you do. You do have the ability, if you export the Excel spreadsheet of all your customers, you do have the ability to import it, but they still have to accept the double opt-in, and they won't know what it is. They'll be like, why, what is this? So you do want to prepare your customer before you add them, okay? That's it. Any other questions?
Yeah, I have one here from Karen, and Karen, I'm not sure if I understand it. She did say, I think it was kind of tied off of Reese's, but she says, it won't let me change the email to the one I use for Beachbody. And I'm not sure what that means. So Karen, if you could maybe, Michelle, did that make sense to you, or do you need her to clarify that question? I'm assuming she must be talking about, well, you can jump on Facebook and read it, right?
Yeah, I saw it. So she's saying in here, it's auto-populating with your Facebook information. If that's the case, you can log out of Facebook and just enter your name and email. Okay, it's just picking up, you're seeing that you're in Facebook, and it's pulling over the information. So
that the Aweber pulls it over?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
you
see him. Never mind. I was just say there was a question about what version of Aweber do they need to get?
It's just whatever's there now. That's what we're using. Aweber is a web tool. It's not like software where it's a version. So whatever we're doing real time with the most current version.
Okay, it looks like Karen got it. So thanks. So.
Okay. And then I got a question here. We got somebody that said, will this work with MailChimp or just Aweber?
And it just, again, MailChimp, you cannot, there's no import codes, okay? So you can use MailChimp, and I understand why some people do because it's free, but you're going to have to cut and paste every single email, and that can be very grueling. So it's your choice, and you certainly can do that, but the way you can get access to all the copy is let me think about that. Do we want to provide a file that has all the copy, Blake?
A what?
Do we want to, for someone that is using MailChimp or whatever, do we want to, or
they can subscribe to this series?
Yeah.
To get it over 30 days. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about that. We'll talk about it in the Facebook group because that's again a little bit more work, and I don't know how effective that's going to be. It's just worth it, you guys. This is a business, and if you're not regularly reaching out to your customers, you're leaving money on the table. And I can tell you from personal experience that my retail sales alone, let alone my conversions to coaches, went up by a good $500 a month, and just right off the bat. So to me, it's worth having a quality, autoresponder system that you get in the habit of using.
Yeah, it's the old saying, would you spend $19 to make $300 or $400, or more?
Well, and don't forget, everybody, it's anything you put into your business is a tax write-off too. So hopefully people are running this as a business and keeping track of the write-offs.
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to say is we were originally going to make the coach training 30 days, and we backed it down to 21 because some of the training was a little bit too high level, and we want to make sure that you just get the basics down and start really, making some money right away and making a difference in people's lives right away. And then what we're going to do is take the higher level training and marketing that we have and put it for diamonds and above. So it's going to be another incentive for you and for your coaches to get to diamond, because we're going to start revealing some more intense and higher level training for you guys.
And I just want to let you know, we got a message here. Tezra, I'm not sure if I said your name right, but she said, guys, I have MailChimp and Aweber is so worth the investment. I've already received customer service mail and phone calls to ensure I'm satisfied. I never received anything like that from MailChimp. Go for it. That's just kind of important to know, because if you're making an investment, it's kind of nice to know that you get good service too with the investment.
Right.
Well,
yeah,
thanks for sharing that.
Yeah.
And then
Thank you.
Carla, were you able to type in your message? Carla lost her message box, so I want to make sure it sounds like she might have a question for you.
Okay.
So I don't, here we go. She couldn't. So Carla, if you've got a question, you can just type it right here on the Facebook group page, and Michelle can answer it for you.
And then, once you subscribe and we send you...
Oh, she already answered it. You already answered it. You're that good, Michelle.
Once you subscribe and you receive, you do the confirmation that you want to receive this training through this page that you see right here. If you have questions as you're implementing the system, again, go back to our team page and just ask the questions, because I'm going to be on there round the clock, as we unroll this, to make sure everyone gets set up properly and to answer and help you make the most of this, because it's really, really powerful. I know it's hard to explain until you get it, until you start working with it, but it's going to be really powerful.
Or watch the video replay again.
Okay, so we got Chad Pink is writing a question, or he's got question coming, and Carla asked, my husband and daughter using my account. Not sure what that meant, Carla.
That's fine. I think she means that she has multiple people using her account.
Okay.
That's fine, because, okay, like look in here, I have a bazillion lists. So like my daughter has a list, my son has a list, and so it's fine. We all, it's really once they start getting super big, it's not a big deal to open a new Aweber. Once you hit 500 subscribers, you're going to be charged more. So by then, it's worth it to pay another $19.95 and move someone off if you're sharing with someone. Okay?
And that's when you do your happy dance, because you have 500 subscribers, right?
That's right. Then you're doing pretty good at that point. You're ready to really rock and roll. That's all I have, you guys. I hope it's helpful. I hope you're excited. This is going to be really transformative. So just,
Well, you're getting a lot of good people are excited about it. I got one more question here real quick. I have a WordPress blog now. Does the theme matter? Will I be able to easily import the blog posts?
That is an excellent question. And yes, your blog needs to be WordPress to import the content. Your theme does not matter at all. And it will be very simple to import the content, and it's organized very in a way that makes a lot of sense. So like the 30-day program, every single blog post will start with 30-day jumpstart. So they're going to sort together. So you're not going to be like, they're all over the place if you've already been blogging. And they are also, they're not posts, they're pages. So if you have no page, a lot of people don't even bother with pages. So that's kind of another way that's going to help you separate the content we give you with your posts.
Okay, and then Chad just posted, I previously used Aweber with a campaign code, and it was able to change the names of the sender automatically using the global settings. Is there any way we can make that happen?
Right, that's what we were saying, is that we're going to create the global settings so that you can enter your name, but there is no way right now for us to swap out the links to your blog, because we don't know what your blog is, right? So right now you have to manually enter the the links, okay?
So basically, each coach that's going to take this on just has to spend an hour or whatever it's going to take to go in there and go through each blog or each email and make it their own with their information.
Yeah, and you generally are going to want to do that too, and especially let's just review. You want to come in here and make this your own. Like all the blog posts, yes, this is a great starting point, but you want to come in here and talk about your journey. You want to talk about your stories. So it's not going to be like just a cut and dried thing. It's going to be an ongoing thing, but this also teaches you proper marketing. So the emails are a different story. They're going to be pretty cut and dry, pretty simple to load, okay? But you will have to spend, like Angie says, about an hour going in and changing it out. But the blogs, I'm gonna do another talk about that probably another time. But it's just going to be important for you to go in there and make it your own, so there's no duplicate content. And that's it.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. It's like Michelle said, guys, this is going to take you a little bit up front, but not near what it took Michelle to put together, so we're grateful for her for doing that. And it's an awesome system that once you do it, you set it and forget it, which is the amazing thing and the beauty of autoresponders. We've used them for years, and content writing is one of the hardest things to do, and Michelle's really good at it, but it does take a lot of time, so she deserves a huge thanks for everybody on the team. So I want to give that to you, so thank you very much.
Yeah, Michelle, thank you. We appreciate your hard work, and guess what? Carla loves us.
Oh, good. I love Carla. But real quick, while I'm thinking about it, another beauty about having these all set up is that not only are you going to have these, follow-up messages or the autoresponders, if you will, but then you can come in here and let's just say we have a special on insanity, right? Which we do. You can come in here and go broadcast to all your customers, hey, you're going to want to tune in, da-da-da-da, send them the link. So it's not even just being able to have this autoresponder. All of a sudden now you have an ability to communicate news and information with your customers and coaches. So it's going to be great.
Well, I'm excited because I think what, Michelle, from some of the calls that you and I had done with some of the teams, this was just something that I'm freaking excited.
Yay!
Yeah, and I know because the nice thing is Michelle's already put this to the test. She's got proven numbers that it does help with customer retention. It helps with helping to build that rapport and that relationship with our customers, which is so important. And our hands have been kind of tied. So I think this is going to be awesome. And what I'm really excited about is with that 21-day coach program. As soon as you graduate to Diamond, then you get to be part of the inner circle of Diamonds and Star Diamonds. And then in that training, Michelle and Blake and other trainers are going to, take the Diamonds and the Star Diamonds, to the outer universe of training. But what's going to be neat about that group as it grows is we're going to have such great tight leadership in that inner circle of Diamonds and Star Diamonds that someday you guys are going to be doing these trainings. Diamonds and Star Diamonds. It won't be Blake and Angie and Michelle. Be, Carla and Jen Stadler and Chad Pink and, and all these other people on here who are, Ted Duncan. I mean, there's just all these amazing people on this team that, we want you guys to be doing trainings, and we want people to hear your voice and your ideas. So I'd love to get a Sandy Budana, booyah.
Yeah.
So
well,
I wanted to dump that in there really quick, guys.
No, it's awesome. And so that's another reason why I wanted to point out the screencast-o-matic so they can make it their own. They can if you have your team, once you load these follow-ups, you can come in here and do all the training yourself using the screencast-o-matic. So you can leave it as Blake and Angie doing the training, which is fine because we're all on the same team and that's great. But once you're comfortable and you've got a big enough team, you feel free to go in there and make it your own.
Thank you, Carla. Booyah. Okay, well, Michelle, again, I can't wait to get my customer list loaded up and rocking and rolling.
Yay.
So I'll be doing everything you guys are doing, too. I'm going to learn how to do all this, too. So I'm not saying I'm stupid, but I'm definitely technology challenged. So if I can do this and learn it, you guys can, too. And it'll be fun to hear some of the experiences and some of the, customer interactions that you start having.
Perfect.
All right, well, I guess that we can close it out, and we are recording this, so if you want to watch it again to catch some of the, to train yourself on it, we'll have that up probably in the next couple of days or so. And with that, we'll sign off, unless Michelle or Angie have anything else to say.
Nope, I'm good. Thanks, you guys.
Thanks a lot, everybody.
Have a good night.
Bye.
All right.